The Patia City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
Of course, we have a second speaker. I'm on veterans, helping veterans. Kenneth Swilley. Oh, I got it right. Well done. Come up, Kenneth. This is such an important topic. Yeah, round of applause. Yeah, it's almost embarrassing that veterans do not get the level of support. As you might know, there's veterans living on the street in America and stuff, and it's really heartrending and wrong.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Great to be here today. Thank you for having me. Great to be here today. Thank you for having me. As you can tell, I'm not used to speaking like in front of an audience, but thank you very much for allowing me to be here today. My name is Kenneth Swilley. I work with veterans helping veterans, and I'm a consultant. I consult with them to help veterans realize to get the benefits that they deserve, the benefits that they're due, benefits that are there that the U.S. government has for them. Let me make sure. Okay, great. My job is simple to do. Actually, my job is simple to explain, but hard to do well. I help veterans get the VA compensation they've already earned and help them increase their rating when the VA's either got it wrong or it's incomplete. I'm kind of like a problem solver. Most veterans don't lose benefits because they don't deserve them. They lose benefits because they filed the wrong claim or the wrong combination of claims. Or they use the wrong language. Or they didn't understand how the VA law actually works. And finally, if they get a denial, a lot of veterans, they just give up. I'm tired of dealing with the VA. I'm not going to do that because it's labor intensive. Mentally you're talking and you're trying to give your information. You're trying to give your information and they just don't get it. Or you have an inability to explain what you need to explain. It does not rate effort. You can be the best writer. You can be the best conversationalist. But if you don't give them what they want, the way they want it, you could usually get a denial. It comes back incomplete. Okay, just like that's why I didn't go into show business, because I can't even use a mic correctly. The VA, I told you, they don't rate effort. They rate evidence, they rate wording, and you have to go by the regulations. That's where most veterans get tripped up. Me, I'm kind of like a problem solver. I don't make anything up. I don't promise impossible ratings. And I don't replace attorneys. I don't replace attorneys or VSOs. They play an integral part in getting through the serious stuff. What I do is translate VA law. And we at VHV 2020, we go by the law. 38 CFR, Part 4, and the M21-1 is the Bible. And we turn that, or I explain it in plain English so veterans understand it. I work in tandem with the veteran to structure their claims so that the evidence can be received properly. I help veterans identify underrated or missed conditions. And like I said, I help them structure their claims so the VA can't ignore the evidence. And there's something called a CNP examination. That's compensation and pension exam. Almost every veteran has to go through that at some point. It's up to the VA. And if they choose to send you there to a CMP exam, you can't just go in there and willy-nilly. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know your claim. You have to know what you put in. You have to be able to express your injuries the way it needs to be expressed. And when a veteran gets denials, and I told you they usually walk away, well, I'm the guy who helps them turn that around, turn denials into approvals, and turn low ratings into correct ratings. And that's the key. How am I different? Most veterans are told, hey, go ahead and file and wait. Or they're told, the VA will figure it out. Don't worry, they got your back. That's not how it works. That's not how the system works. I and everyone at VHB, we approach claims like case files. You guys watch NCIS? I used to watch it all the time. We approach claims like a case file, not a form. It's like you have to tell the story, and you have to cite the information. You have to have the medical evidence. You have to have prescriptions. There are parts to the claim, to submitting a claim. And a fully developed claim is what needs to be submitted. Medical evidence has to be tied directly to VA criteria. The statements that the veterans write, I help them write their statements. They have to be written to VA standards. And the exams I told you about have to be prepared for, not survived. And a lot of veterans go into the CMP exams and I think I did good. You know, I told them what I needed, but they might say, yeah, you know, this and that, it's been bothering me. It's stiff. I can't look to my left, look to my right. And the doctor goes behind him and says, hey, Mr. Swilley. Yes. And they haven't failed, but it's an inconsistency. You have to be aware. A veteran has to present their worst case scenario, their worst day. When veterans understand how the VA thinks, outcomes change. Results without bragging. I shouldn't have read that, but it goes to show you. I've helped over 30 veterans personally, and the company I work with has helped over 1,500 veterans and counting. We get the numbers coming in this year, and I think it's going to be over 2,000 in the past 5 years that I've worked with them. We help you protect your veterans while living overseas and finally get acknowledged for the conditions the VA ignored for years. There's no magic stick. There's no wand. I meant to say magic wand. But because the law already supports what we do, that's how we get it done. Let me be clear. I don't guarantee any ratings. No one can. No one can legitimately guarantee that they'll get you 100%. What has to be done is we have to take all the information that we gathered. We gather your statements. We gather medical evidence. Prescriptions show that a veteran's been seeking medical help. And a medical certificate verifies and validates the exams that they've gone through. And once we get that package together, we submit it as a fully developed claim. What I can guarantee is accuracy in what I do, compliance with the law. I can hear myself now. I understand. And in your claim, the veteran's claim is presented in the strongest way possible. If the evidence supports it, we push it. If the evidence doesn't support it, I'll tell you up front. We don't lie, cheat, or steal. There's no reason to embellish and exaggerate. You tell them exactly how it is. I have enough stuff wrong with me. I don't need to make it up. What I need to do is be as honest and as clear as possible and use the verbiage that's needed to express what's wrong. Many veterans walk away confused, or they assume that denial means no. They leave money on the table that affects their families for life. Another thing that is bothersome is that some people think that VA compensation is a handout. It's not a handout. It's a deferred payment for damage already incurred by the veteran. This veteran has spent 4 years, 8 years, 22 years of their life serving their country. They've gone through rigorous training, all types of training, and at the end, they move into civilian life. If you have a pre-existing condition due to injury from the service, you can't go to an insurance company and say, hey, yeah, I got that in the war. Or, this happened when I was dealing with ordnance. It's not done. I don't know of an insurance company that'll cover that. The U.S. military, the VA, they cover veterans for their medical issues, mental issues. PTSD is a real thing. We all suffer from it. Not all of us, but a lot of veterans suffer from it. If you are a veteran or you know one who feels stuck, underrated, or ignored by the VA, my role is to help you help them understand their options, understand the evidence that they need to present, and help them understand what their next move is. Knowledge changes outcomes, and I'm here to educate veterans. I do that. VHV 2020, we do that. That's it for my talk today. Thank you so much. I came here with my wife and Miss Annie Strode. I went with them to Herbalife Convention, and I met a lot of nice people. And through meeting them, I was able to meet you guys. So as you can tell, I was very nervous. I do this every day, but not in front of an audience. So thank you again for letting me speak.
Just stay on the stage for a second there, Kenneth. So to reuse a phrase, thank you for your service to the people who we should thank for their service. So well done. I know it's not, we're not all veterans here and we're not all Americans, etc. But it is amazing that, you look at the synchronicity between the two talks of people who are really trying to be there for other people who need support and can't do it all by themselves. Again, who are actual veterans here? I know Daryl is, for instance, and stuff, and Roger. Well, please go up and have a talk to him later and say hello. And it would have been very interesting to hear a case study of something where you actually got a great result. But meanwhile, just thank you for getting up and reminding us about the debt we all owe veterans and how they do not get necessarily treated the way they should do, that's for sure. So we'll have a small token of our appreciation for you getting up here and being nervous. Yes, thank you. Thank you again for helping people who deserve our thanks. So many of them out there.